Last 4 weeks, Bear is 9-0 on spread bets. Also, the old money line round robin with dogs, 4 of 5 he nailed last week. So if you put them in a 4-way round robin, you would have gotten paid about 110 to 1. So if you can get all those cherries to pop up on that money line slot machine, things certainly look good and can pay out. Let's welcome in the Bear. Bear, you've certainly caught fire. What's been the secret for you?
I think it's been really just being very selective, maybe being a little contrarian, and looking for a couple of. I think the last couple of weeks, my biggest plays has been betting against two big public underdogs in Boston College 2 weeks ago against Virginia Tech, and last week NC State against North Carolina. Those two games really. I saw the ball really well, to use a horrible analogy there, but I'm seeing it good right now. So hopefully we can keep it up and be selective again and not force. Knowing me though and how competitive I am, I'm so mad at myself for on the board on game day, getting off of Indiana, putting in that Rice pick. So could have been 3-0 on the board, but we'll take 2-1 every week.
Yes, you will. Let's continue with the baseball theme and pick out some winners, Bobby. Game day heading to Happy Valley. Penn State off that loss you just alluded to against Indiana. Ohio State currently laying 12.5 on the road at Beaver Stadium. How are you seeing this?
I think if it hits 13, that's when I would become very interested in Penn State. I think there's been a big overreaction to the Nittany Lions because of how they lost the game to Indiana. But remember, they had a massive yardage advantage in the game. I think Indiana had 211 yards in the game. And remember, this was an Ohio State team that gave up 11 plays of double-digit yardage to Nebraska. If you look at their running game, Justin Fields was their leading rusher in terms of yards and attempts. The two running backs, Master Teague and Trey Sermon, combined for like 23 carries and 87 yards or something like that. I have some, again, you might see a massive improvement from game 1 to game 2, but I would be a little hesitant. If this number hits 13, I wouldn't want to lay that. I'd be very interested in taking Penn State at 13.
Yeah, I had Buckeyes second half, and I got pretty lucky with some turnovers, kind of unsuspecting strips of Martina. It was just a kind of a strange game. They weren't giving up some yards. Wisconsin, speaking of quarterbacks, they have 2 quarterbacks. Graham Mertz, Chase Wolf have tested positive for COVID-19 this week. Now, returning starter Jack Cohen already out with a foot injury, so we're down to a 4th stringer. How do you think that could affect the Big Ten futures market? Because there was a lot of buzz over the weekend when Badgers were doing well.
Yeah, in this game, maybe this weekend against Nebraska might not even be played. There are reports that it's in serious jeopardy. But I think this is a wide open division now. I think you need to take a serious look at Purdue. They got a win without Rondell Moore, and that's a kind of a win and a half for them. Northwestern's offense looked great. Yeah, it was against Maryland, but with the way that defense is played, they're competitive. Iowa is always competitive. Maybe that moves Nebraska up now. If they do play that game against Wisconsin this weekend, they get a depleted Badgers team. So I would certainly, if you can find some prices, I certainly be looking to take a multi-pronged approach in trying to beat Wisconsin in the Big Ten West.
All right, Bears, stay hot, as they say. Before we let you go, we want to share with our viewers that it was announced today, game day next month, November 14th, will be from Augusta National. The Masters that weekend in this unique year of 2020 should be a great weekend in sports. And by the way, if you need a celebrity guest picker for that to go to Augusta, I'm available. So
you're available?
Yeah, I'm available. So just let the guys know.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.